goodness. Yay. I think the glitch finally worked itself out. I just decided to go live just a minute or two early just to see if the glitch did work itself out with the iOS update. And it looks like it may have. Oh my goodness, you guys, if you're watching the live and it looks like I am good to go on the other side of the screen, I did hop on a minute early just to see if the glitch worked, and it worked itself out. So I think I can go back to scheduling my lives. I know if you're new here, please bear with me with the excitement with the whole iOS update. I am so excited. Hello, Kathy. How are you, my friend? Oh, okay. If you are watching the replay, go ahead and skip forward just a minute. I'm just going to give it a second and let a few people find the live. But for the past several weeks with the recent iOS update, I couldn't schedule my lives, but now it looks like we are back to go. So happy Thursday, my friends. I am so excited to be with you. Welcome back to episode number 17 of Template Thursday with Tammy. Today is Thursday, October 16th. So if you're watching me live during that time at 11 a.m. Pacific, you are watching me live. It looks like we are almost at the top of the hour. But oh, I'm so excited. Thank goodness. Oh, you guys, the glitch has been worked itself out. And thank you, Patty, for helping me with that yesterday. So welcome in, my friends. Happy Thursday. Again, we are here on Thursday, October 16th at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, and we will go ahead and get started. For those of you that might be new to my channel, welcome, hello. And if you are watching the replay, go ahead and skip forward just a minute. I just wanted to come on live and make sure that the scheduling portion has worked itself out, and it has, thank goodness. Anyhow, hello, welcome. My name is Tammy Civello, and welcome to Cards by TLC. And each Thursday, I love to bring to you a template or two in hopes that you join me each Thursday and inspire you to turn these beautiful sketches into projects. I wanted to thank you for being patient with me the past couple of lives. I missed crafting with you this past Sunday and Tuesday, but I was working on a huge mega class with Patty, and we got all of the kits out, all 133-ish. All went out yesterday. We spent the day packing, and we are good to go on those kits. So if you are in our Christmas Craft Along mega class, they're on their way to you. So just to recap my live schedule, we're going back to regular scheduling hours now. So Sunday at 9 a.m. Pacific, Tuesday at 11 a.m. Pacific, and Thursdays at 11 a.m. Pacific right here on YouTube. So thank you all for being patient with me during that time off. I know so much packing. And Patty, I don't know if you missed the beginning of the live, but the scheduling worked. So we are back in action on pre-scheduling my lives. I better not jinx it. Anyhow, today, my friends, we are crafting with the Gathering Together Suite collection. It is in the online exclusive. Today's template, again, is a Mojo Monday, so we are featuring this template today, and we're using the entire suite on this. Good morning, Sherry, Patty, Martha, and Kathy. Thank you all for joining me, my friend. Okay, so online exclusive Gathering Suite collection. We are going to be using the entire suite today. We're going to be using the amazing Gathering Together designer paper. We're going to be using the bundle, the Gathering Moments bundle with the dies and the Gathering Leaves embossing folder. Finishing up with the Cajun Craze dots. And I think maybe we'll incorporate the twine today. So let's just kind of get started. I didn't do a project for you because I thought it would be fun to pick everything together. I pulled the template and I just wanted to just kind of play with the template. I really love how we can either play with the orientation or we can play with whatever we would like to do. So we're just going to kind of take this template and create the project together as you are live with me. If you're in my live, you get to participate and help me pick the papers, pick the orientation, whichever way we're going to do the card bases. We're going to play together today. So let's go ahead and get started. First and foremost, I think what we'll do is let's pick our orientation. Hello, Heather, welcome in. Hello, my friends, welcome in. So let's pick our orientation. Do we want to take this as the original orientation like this and do it vertical, or do we want to flip it around and do it horizontally? So that'll determine how we cut our paper and cut our card bases. So are we wanting the orientation this way, or do we want to rotate it and do the orientation this way? I know I'm excited to be back live with you, friends. So once we pick the orientation, we'll pick our papers and then we'll kind of play. So Janet says vertical. Okay. Kathy says horizontal. Patty says maybe check the paper. Do you have a piece? I have my papers, I believe that I have left will go either way. So either direction. So I have 2 votes for vertical, 1 vote for horizontal, another vote for horizontal. Patty, do you want to be our person that is our tiebreaker? Patty says horizontal. Okay. Oh, Sherry said vertical. Whew. Maybe we'll do one of each. I don't know. Let's see. Okay, so let's pick our papers. So this back panel piece is going to be 4 by 5 1/4, and we are going to emboss that. So that is that. So I need to pick 1, 2, 3 coordinating designer papers. 1 of each. Brilliant. Okay, so we'll do 1 vertical, 1 horizontal. So I need to pick 3 different patterns. So I'm kind of thinking for this larger back panel, it could be one of the floral pieces. And we can do one with one and one with the other. So I think the back panel, I was thinking one of the floral pieces. And then our next pattern here can be that or that. So let's first and foremost, okay, one of each. I'm so glad that you guys are wanting to do one of each. So our back panel, do you guys agree that we should do this as our back panel, which is the larger panel right here? And I know that there's a slight delay. And we can change it up on like when we do the orientation. But I just want to get that back panel piece first. And here's the sketch. So it'll be this back panel piece. Know that there's a delay. I'll let you guys type in. Let's kind of get all of the same papers here together. I have so many pieces. for scraps here. So I think Martha, sorry, I took this away. So I think Martha was saying this one, or was it this one to the left? We'll do one and one and one. And the white basic beige early espresso Cajun vase would look great with the Cajun Grays plaid. Okay. So the white basic. The white basic beige. Okay, wait. Okay, so we have the Cajun Craze plaid. So this one. Okay. And this one. So this with this and this with this. Okay. Perfect. So we also need a third stripe, but maybe what I'll do is that'll be another embossed piece, or we can kind of pull in, this for both of them. So let's just kind of see what we have. Oh, we also have the brown. Oh, wait. I think I found our third stripe that goes across. So let's just kind of pull these in. Okay. Get this stuff out of the way, and we are going to start with, let's start with the vertical. And I think I'm trying to see what color background. Hold please, guys. Okay. Okay, I think I know what I'm going to do. So yeah, everybody's seen early espresso for both of them. I think that's a good one for both of them. So for our first one, I think my back panel is going to be basic beige. And we are going to do some embossing. So 4 by 5 1/4 on that one. And I think I'll do early espresso or old olive for my second one. Do 4 by 5 1/4. Sorry guys, I was thinking. I know, I wish I had my Cajun Craze. I don't have my Cajun Craze cardstock. I didn't get a chance to order it, so I just ordered it the other day. So I apologize, I don't have Cajun Craze for the background piece. So we're just gonna have to pivot a little bit and do it that way. Let's go ahead and gonna do the Old Olive that way. So wait, sorry, my bad. We're gonna do the Old Olive this way for the background because I want those vertical lines going across that way. So let's go ahead and do that. And this is a 3D embossing folder. So you just need platform number 1, our embossing folder, and our specialty platform number 4 to run that through your die cutting machine. Yes, we're definitely going to do early espresso cardstock on both of them. I think that'll look fabulous on both of them for sure. And then our vertical one, we'll just do our basic beige and go in like that. Okay, so we have our back panel pieces that are 4 by 5 1/4. So let's go ahead and pull back our sketch here again. So we want our 3 by 5 1/2 or 5 1/4 piece right here. So this piece is going to be this piece right here. So let's go ahead and cut that at 3 by 5 1/4. Let's just go ahead and cut it down to 5 1/4. And I'm going to go ahead and cut off a 1/2 inch strip for the inside panel piece. Always like to do that. Put that off to the side. And then we were doing this plaid piece to go with that. That is going to look stunning. This is going to be a 2 3/4. Which way do I want that? I actually want this one to be the plaid going down instead of across. So this is actually going to be 2 1/2 by 2 3/4. That looks longer on the, I guess it's because it's behind the circle. That just looks longer. So potentially you could make that a little bit longer because you do have the stripe going across, but there is that piece right there. And where is my circle dies? Hold on, guys. Sorry, guys. I'll be right back. I forgot that they're in here. My apologies, you guys. My dies were in the other room from die cutting for the class. So here is my largest stylish shape circle. We'll go ahead and, I think, you know what, it says 2 3/4. This is like a 3-inch circle. Let's go ahead and use the second largest stylish shape circles for my circle. And we will die cut that. Let's get our platforms back together. I need to be my own die cutting fairy and do some die cutting for myself. Okay. And then there's our circle. And then we need our strip of early espresso. And we're gonna make this maybe a 1.5 by 4. That one actually doesn't have a measurement on it. And I need to actually cut this down to 3 inches. I don't think I cut that. I missed that measurement. So 3 by 5.25. So that's gonna go over that, just like that. Ooh, that's really pretty. Even though that's white, but there's your basic beige. And then we have our 2.5 by 2.75. But before we do that, we have our 1.5 by 4. So that's going over like that. That is gonna go like this. And that's gonna go like that. Love that. And then we're gonna be stamping some leaves and stuff and our sentiment onto there. So there is that layout. So we'll just kind of put that off to the side. We'll do all of our stamping together and all of our die cutting together. So let's go ahead and change the orientation. So we have our 4 by 5.25 inch piece of cardstock. And then we were going with this one. And we're just going to be doing kind of the same concept. Oh, that does have a, that did have, did you guys see that? It did have the orientation, or it did have, I just guessed on that. That's so funny. So we're gonna do a 3 by 5.25. This one has a lot of the green towards this one. So we'll use that one, that side. And then I'm just gonna do a strip while I'm here, 1/2 inch by 5.25 for the inside panel piece. Okay, and then we need a 2.5 by 2.75. But let's go ahead and lay this down really quick. And I keep forgetting to do this at 3 inches. So this is, I think we'll flip it from that side. Yeah, that one has more of the green. So 3 by 5.25. It's gonna go like that. And then we were bringing in the stripey here. And we'll do 2.5 by 2.75. And we'll do that orientation that way, but we do need our stripe here. And this one's actually going to be a 1/2 inch by, we'll do 1.5 by 5 1/4. Okay. I'm going to change the orientation there. I don't want to block that. So this is where, do the orientation like that. I don't want to block this emboss piece. I really like that. So I think we'll kind of reverse this just a little bit. Do you like that, the green on top, because the circle, let me go ahead and die cut another circle. Do you like the green on the top or the brown on the top? It might mean that I need to put the circle down, so let's die cut another circle so you guys can visually see that. So we have that, or we have this. Flip your sketch. You're right. You're right, Patty. This actually does go down the other way. So this does need to be 1.5 by 4. So you are absolutely right. Thank you for having me flip the sketch. So I'm going to go ahead and trim this down to 4 inches. This is what happens when Tammy just crafts on the fly. And sometimes I do struggle with orientation stuff. So there is that, and there is that. So we have that, and we have this. And here is our sketch. So we have our sketch for that, rotate that, and we have the sketch for that. Perfect. I'm gonna go ahead and start gluing down these panel pieces. And then we can add our leaves to our front, add them to our card base. And I think we are gonna go ahead and do the early espresso card base for both. Okay, so Patty says that she loves the 2 options, one orientation one way and one orientation another. And I think if I remember correctly, I did do that 1 week. So I am going to put up a poll on my Facebook business page, and this will be a great poll for you to participate in. If you would like to do one sketch 2 ways. You guys are voting now. Perfect. So Martha says she likes that. I'm seeing hearts fly by. Okay, so I think we have a new, instead of 2 different sketches, 1 sketch, 2 different ways. And I brought this up just a little too high, so I'm going to bring that down just a skosh. And I'm gonna wait on doing that because I'm not sure if I'm gonna stamp the sentiments on that. Love options. Okay, you guys are so much fun. I love having you guys come to my live each week. It's a team effort. It brought me back to my 12 days of crafting lives. Did you guys catch those lives? I know some of you here did. If you did not, I do have a playlist on my channel for the 12 days of crafting with our 12 days of crafting advent calendar. And you were able to kind of see, for those of you that were live with me, we crafted together just like this, getting your opinions and seeing what worked for you guys. Okay. Okay, so there we have our two basic, or our backgrounds now. So let's go ahead, and I did this before and I love this tip, but let me go ahead and bring in some pieces here. We're going to be stamping our we're going to be using the Gathering Moment stamp set, and we're going to be using these three stamps that have the intricate veining in it. And a tip that I had learned from Patty was perfect using sponge daubers. Now, full disclosure, I just went on to the inventory status, and the sponge daubers are unavailable at the moment until towards the end of the month, but you can get on the email list, and if you want to purchase sponge daubers, they'll notify you when it comes back in stock. But the tip that I had done was, if you stamp this directly, it's not even when it's too intricate with the veining and all of this, and it just, to me, it's just kind of like too blobby looking. So what I like to do, and a tip that I had learned from Patty, was taking the sponge daubers. Hold on just a second. I have some colors here. What color are we working on first? Let's see here. Maybe crushed curry with some Cajun craze and old olive. Okay, those are the colors that are in the paper. So we'll kind of focus on that. So for my large one here, I'm going to add some color, and I'm gonna get that color off of there and just add the color directly onto there, onto the stamp. I'm gonna huff it to add some moisture. And see how you can see the veining on that? And it gives me more of an even coverage. So, oops. That is what we are going to do with that. Then I'm going to come in with the Cajun craze and do kind of the same thing. Oh, but I'm not going to do yellow on that one. Maybe we'll do early espresso. Oh, Kathy, thank you so much. I will post, I showed this at the beginning of the live, but I will post this on my blog tomorrow as to when I go live. But if you want to quickly grab a screenshot, that is when I go live. Thank you for catching that, Patty. So Cajun Craze. Again, the same idea. And we're just gonna tap, tap, tap that color on there. See, look how gorgeous. You can see all of that veining. Because if I were to just go like this, it's not even. It doesn't even out. So that is the purpose for that. And then I'm gonna come in with Old Olive and do the same for this leaf here. Just tap, tap, tap. Look how pretty that is. Really soft, really pretty. And we'll go ahead and die cut that out. And we'll add it to this project. Let's get the dies. And what I love about these dies is you could even take that circle out and even put a leaf down for that particular layer. So we have that one. I believe it's this die and this die. Okay, let me get my Post-its here really quick. I always like to put a Post-it down to hold that in place. Oh, I am down to my last Post-it on that size. I need to order some more this size. I love this particular size. I have my smaller Post-its somewhere. Here we go. Just because those hold it down easier so they don't jump. Okay, let me run this through. Just a second, I'll be right here running this through. Okay. Put the leaf behind the circle. Okay, we can certainly do that. Put a leaf like behind there. And then do something like that. Just gonna put these off to the side. Let me get my many thanks because that's gonna go on the front here. Oh, cut a big one out that we, oh, one of the big leaves. Okay. I think it might be too big, but we can certainly look at it. Hold on just a second. It might take away from the whole. So here's the leaf. Hold on just a second. Let me just die cut one out. See how it takes over pretty much the whole thing. But we can certainly do that. Hold on. I have a Calypso coral here that we can do. It might be too big, but let's take a look. Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately, it's just really big. I mean, it doesn't take over the whole thing, but that's it with the leaf behind it. You totally love this. Okay. Do you guys like the Calypso coral? Do you think the crushed curry would look better? It kind of takes away from the sketch idea, but maybe I'm trying to kind of follow the sketch. But if you guys like it, we can certainly adapt. It's all about the same concept. Anybody else love it? Okay. Guess what, guys? Okay. Good eye as always, Patty. We love this. This is all about the creativity. So do you guys like the dies like that? And then the sentiment right there? Exactly. You are encouraging me to go rogue. We still have the layers. So, I mean, absolutely. Okay, good. Yay. Thanks, guys. Thank you, Patty. Okay. What color should we stamp the sentiment? Old Olive or Cajun Craze? We're going to be stamping the many thanks right here. Everybody's loving it. Yay. Okay, perfect. I'm going to go ahead and lay this down. Okay. Espresso. Okay. Okay. Yay. Okay. Let me grab my espresso. Since we're doing espresso on everything else. Tap, tap, tap. Let's get that many thanks in there. Ooh, that barely fits, but we made it work. Okay, that'll go there. Green can go in the middle. That's oh, I love this, you guys. You guys like that? We'll pop this up with a foam adhesive sheet. Oh, hello. You don't need to pop off of there like that. That's not very nice of you. Like that. Yay! Okay, so I'm so glad that you guys are loving this. Okay, so we have anyone else on the... Oh, you just hit in the chat, Patty? You just hit the heart. On the computer where it says chat, it has a smiley face, a plus, and a heart. You can just hit the heart and the hearts go up. Okay, so question is, are we going to do the same kind of concept and add maybe an espresso or I don't have Cajun leaf behind this one. But in the meantime, we'll go ahead and do our leaves in Cajun and maybe early espresso. No big leaf on this one. Go true to the sketch. Okay. Since we went rogue on this one and changed the orientation, this will be our rogue project. So that's maybe, that might be kind of a fun thing to do. Kind of go rogue on one and keeping this true to the orientation. So what are you guys thinking for the leaves for this one? I'm going to go ahead and add my many thanks at the bottom. Oh, that one got really cut off. Maybe let's, that one kind of got a little bit cut off more. So we'll just flip you over. There we go. So we got this one, and then, so I think we'll definitely do maybe our larger one in the Cajun. Ooh, that was close. That's so pretty. Okay. Do you think maybe we should do a small early espresso? Let's see what that looks like. Where's the small? Where'd the small leaf go? Hold, please. Where on earth did I put that stamp? Oh, it's over here. So let's see here. Let's see what early espresso looks like. That might be a little too dark, but we're going to kind of see what it looks like stamped. If not, maybe we can pull in another color. Does that look? I'm going to die cut it out. What do you guys think? This one's throwing me off just a little bit. That's what the early espresso looks like. Die cut. I'm going to let you guys ponder that. I'm at least going to die cut the larger one out, and we'll see. I'll die cut both of them out and we'll see what it looks like next to it, because I think once it's laid down on the circle, it's easier to visualize. At least it is for me. So let's kind of see what we got there. Janet says it looks fine. Yes, perfect with the early espresso and Cajun. Okay. Okay. Oh, that does look good. Look how fun. Oh my God, you guys, I'm so excited. I may be squealing right now. This is so beautiful and so much fun, and I'm so glad we changed things up and did different orientations and all the things. Oh, let's put this one down first. Let's put our circle down first. Where's the circle go? Circle goes there. Pop you up. And then we can add our embellishments. I love your guys' creativity. It's just coming to life together. Look how fun. Yay! I'm so glad that you love it. I know, isn't it fun to see one sketch and options? And this sketch, and I really try to focus on sketches that you absolutely don't have to focus on specific themes. It doesn't have to be Christmas. It doesn't have to be fall. It could be whatever, birthday, sympathy, whatever you want it to be. That is what it's going to be. So we're going to put this on our card bases, and again, they're 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5 1/2. So I'm going to do one score and one cut. Scored at 5 1/2, cut at 4 1/4 in half. Oh, we need to do the inside pieces. Hold on just 1 second. I have some panel pieces here. Okay. Oh. Well, guess what I did? I should have probably cut this one a different way, but guess what? We just change the orientation to just like that. And it's very uncommon that I typically do a fold like this. So we're going to do a fold like that. And I forgot that this does not work. I forgot that was my broken one. Oh, yeah. Oh, Kathy, thank you for joining us. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. We are just going to add some bling to these and stamp the inside really quick. I have the sentiment, your friendship means the world to me. So we're going to go ahead and stamp those. So I have, again, a 1/2 inch strip by 5 1/4 for this one. Down, get these out of the way. And then a 1/2 inch strip by 4. I'm so glad that you guys are enjoying this. Go. There we go. And are you guys thinking we need a little bit of ribbon or twine, or no twine for a small bow? I should have thought about on this one, brought this up and did a bow around that, because I think if I do a bow right here, it might cover the many thanks. But if you guys think, let's add the embellishment and we'll see if it needs twine. So the embellishments that go with this are the Cajun Craze. I kind of feel like, hold on guys. I kind of feel, this is the dots that come with the Cajun Craze comes with the sweets, but I kind of feel like the darker dots, and I forgot what these were, early espresso, and I don't remember what these were, and I took it out of the packaging. And bellies will be enough, yeah. Yeah. Okay. So maybe one with twine and one without one without. Let's see let's see the twine. Hold on. Let's see the twine on this one, because it looks like these are a little bit higher up. So maybe we'll see what the twine looks like, and we'll see what it comes together looking like. I appreciate you all. We are almost at the top of the hour, so I appreciate you all sticking with me. If you need to hop off, all we're going to be doing is adding an embellishment. I think if we maybe make a smaller bow and just cut the tails off a little bit more. Let's see that. So what do you think of that? Or do you think just embellishments? I'll let you guys contemplate that. In the meantime, I think we'll go with the darker embellishments on this. They're just wanting to just pop off of there. So there's the embellishments on that one. Because I think it covers up the many thanks. But in the meantime, we'll go ahead. Maybe we'll do the lighter embellishments on this one. Put the bow back on top of the Calypso coral leaf one. Okay. This one, Janet? Or this one? Kathy says just go with the embellishments. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and put the lighter embellishments on this one in the meantime. There. Up there. So we have the embellishments on. Now we just are voting for one last time on the big cutout leaf. So down here. Like that. I know that there's a delay, so I'll let you guys come back in. I'm seeing hearts. So I'm thinking adding the leaf to the bottom down by the cutout. I agree, embellishments only. Okay. She likes the twine on the horizontal one. Okay. So either up here or down here. Okay. Don't want to take up too much more of your time. So I think we'll go ahead and add the bow to the bottom. Like that. Okay. So there we have it, my friends. We have both of our projects. Let's go ahead and bring back our sketch. Look how fun that was today. I am so excited that you all joined me, and thank you all so much for your feedback. That was so much fun. I want to thank you all again for joining me for another episode of Template Thursday. And again, as always, if you would like to do a specific sketch, or if you find one that you like, let me know and we'll play with it. And again, thank you all for joining me. And here is my hours of going live yet again. So hopefully you can join me on Sunday at 9 a.m. Pacific. We're going to be playing with the Holly Jolly bundle on Sunday. So I will be going live at 9 a.m. Pacific. And then next Tuesday, Jenny will be back with me on another episode of Teach It Tuesday with Tammy and Jenny. And I'll be live right here at 11. And I will see you all next Thursday for another sketch. But in the meantime, I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day, rest of your week, and I will see you all next time for more creative fun. Bye, everyone.